I bought this Atari 2600 spares and repairs so long ago, I've forgotten I had it. I hadn't taken it out of the box. We've got two those remarkably stiff Atari joysticks. Don't think I'll be using those. I will test them. I've got a Mega Drive pad I can use, much nicer. I feel alright. I feel like they've still got some life in them. I'm 40 odd years old. Probably slightly less because this is the Atari Junior kind of 2600. This isn't the OG wooden one. I can't remember what the advert said on eBay. It's so long ago. I think it was something to the tune of didn't power up. So what power supply have we got here? This just looks like some basic random power supply. 9 volts, 1000 milliamps. But it does have the correct kind of mini jack set up. Let's see what we're getting off this Juicewise multimeter. What are we looking at here? Nothing at the moment. Yeah, that power supply is shot. It's not even coming up, like the little LED on it's not even lighting up. Try it in another socket, but I'd be astonished if that was the fault. Yeah, so that's screwed. Nothing. Not a bean. Not a jot. Okay, so the other thing we can do, excuse me, is power this off a mini jack, for which I keep one to my left. It is a weird power supply, isn't it? Power. And I can hook it up here, and what I'm going to do is plug my old analog TV in. I have a suspicion that this works fine. There we go. I don't think there's anything wrong with this. That's just me guess. Alright, we're going around the back of the telly. I've rearranged my workspace so it's tidier for now. But it is an absolute pig to get to the back of this TV. I swear down. There we go. Just pull my helmet in. Right, powering the telly. Let's get this all set up. Right, let's turn things on. Turn the microscope off, don't need you yet. TV on. And this, let's find a game. Got some like retro games here. The one I've got is Battlezone, which is an absolute technical marvel and does work. Is that the right way around? I'd be astonished if it weren't. Right, and what I need to do is get 9 volts into this bad boy. Let's get the camera back in there. Okay, so what we want, 9 volts. About 1 amp. Should be fine. Slight over voltage, don't care. Ask me if I care, don't care. Negative, it's got to be sensor negative, right? Anyway, I haven't given it voltage yet, but let's check that Duff power supply. What did it actually say? It said, center positive. Yep, that's fine then. Center positive, sleeve negative. That's what I've gone for, sleeve negative. Center positive. Okay, I'm going to give this a turn on and just see what happens. Power. Power. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. What a crushing disappointment. I wanted to do a fix, but actually, the only thing that was wrong was this. Nothing wrong with it. Absolutely fine. However, this, on the other hand, no volts. I don't see a way into it. Should we see if we can get this apart? It might be a bit more valuable use of time. It's good to know that it works. I was looking forward to fixing that. Right, let's get this sticker off. Use a bit of hot air to loosen the glue. Yeah, there's no screw under there. back on. So therefore it would be a destructive effort to get into this. Let's see. Hey, well, sheared both those, didn't I? Let's have a look and see. It does smell a bit, that transformer. It might be gone. Where are those meant to connect? Oh, okay, so there's the AC pads. And look there. There's actually any solder on them. And that pad's lifted. See, that pad's lifted there? But it joins to there, so I can just solder it on there. And that one, maybe try to wick the solder away. Let's have a go. Let's just put a bit of flux paste up in here. And what I'm going to do is add a little bit of solder to that joint, and then just see if I can wick it away. So let's cut a small length of this, side snips, and I need pliers or tweezers, and I need to coat this in flux. Making sure it's got some flux on it. Much on there, that's dirty. Okay, soldering iron 363. I don't know if that's any good, we'll find out. And then I want to get this and wick away some solder here. There we go, a nice clean hole. And that one I'm just going to have to solder straight to it. I've got no real choice there. So I have to strip this back. So that's where the lifted pad be. And then let's strip it. Don't need that much to work with, just enough. There we go. This one need probably stripping. Let's see. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it's not going to go through straight, otherwise this plaster's too made and off it goes. Straighten it out first, see if it'll go straight through the hole. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's get that bad boy soldered in place. A little flux, I don't really need it there, but okay, hold still you. There we go. And then here, well, which way does it actually approach the board? Well, that's the bottom, so it's going to be sort of coming around like this here. See if I can get it to hold in the right place. It's a bit annoying, it's a bit tricky. Just put a bit more solder on. Let's see if we can get in there. Alright, so what I'll try now is just see if it was literally falling apart. I'll have to be careful not to kill myself here. Just sort of get it bodged in place. I will check these diodes first. Let's turn it off, plug it in, turn it on. Hey, you know what? That powered up then, so let's get our gubbins reconnected. Oh, it's gone again. While that was working, I saw the light go green. That's frustrating. Let's try the fuse. Didn't even think that. Fuse blown. Oh, look at that. There we go. Yeah, the fuse is blown. Look, it's all falling to bits. Right. I don't know that I've got a fuse like that. I don't know how I would match it, but it's the parts I ordered have arrived, but they're a lot bigger than the ones that were on there before. So I guess I can. They're not much bigger, I guess, but they are definitely larger. I'm not 100% sure this is exactly the right component, so when I come to sell this on, if I do, I will just buy a new power supply. I won't sell this one. But I want to see if I can get the power supply going, and whether it's as simple as it needed a new fuse and I just read my wall strip wrong, or whether it actually has a fault that's causing the fuses to go. Speaking of blowing up, I blew up my component tester the other day, so here's a new one. That was bright of me, wasn't it? Okay. Let's crack this in here. Should be like 20 ohms, something like that. 10.3. All right. Oh, 10 ohms. Yeah, bang on. These are great. They really are. But if you're going to put a capacitor in them, discharge it. I have a discharger and I didn't use it because I'm a numpty. Okay. I've got a new one now. That's the remains of the old one. You can't see what's wrong with it. It won't pop. And keep it for parts. Alright, so that's another story. So let's get this thing on. Soldering iron powering up. So what we'll need to do is probably, I'm going to need to desolder that because the fuse needs to go through it. I just cut that off, hadn't I? So yeah, I'll desolder that, clean that hole. It's there. Okay. Let's just get the big bits out. I'm putting my soldering iron at 357. Why not? It's got a bit of no clean flux. This isn't the good stuff. It's easy just to sponge a bit on. Let's give it a side light. Don't know if that's going to make much difference, but okay. Right, going to get my extractor fan going for this, I think, just in case. Slightly less fume inhalation. Side draft going. Get that leg out. There's the leg, and there's the leg. little bin. I need to clean that hole. That's still got a leg in as well, yeah. Generating more heat than light, as they say. Yeah, that might be sufficient. Forgot to put flux on my braid. Oh, see if it'll do it anyway. Yeah, that might be enough, as long as the legs will go through. Gosh, it's a horrible noise, that thing. Oh, there's the leg. There we go. Shouldn't really have lifted that with bare hands, that was quite hot. Still. Okay, see if we can get this guy in. It's a very cheap board. No, maybe it's not so different. Right. Oops. Okay. That has to connect there. Right, let's get a bit of blue tack on this situation. Sometimes there's nothing better for just sticking something in place. But there we go. Oops. All right, side snips. All right, we're going to give this a go. I'm not going to plug in the console. I just want to see if I get 9 volts out of it. So I'll test it properly this time, not get all carried away like a flipping lucky dog chasing a car. I don't know what I'd do if I caught it. Go on, get in the slot, you. There we go. Okay. Right, so what I'd like to do is connect my multimeter. I have got some clips for the multimeter, but I've gone walkies. I'm just going to crocodile clip it. Voltage DC. I've got a black one. Flipping enormous cable going on there. That's not the right. negative to here. Alright, so I've got no volts right now. Oh, wow. So that was fun. Woof, that stinks. That supply is still giving volts now. It went bang, it took out the fuse on the ground floor. Tripped it back over, but yeah, I better disconnect this. I've bought a new power supply for this. Yeah, this works fine. I've had this apart now and I found out that the reset button wasn't working. I think it was just that ribbon cable wasn't connected, so I'm going to give it a test now. Get that back in. Just three pins. Might need some pliers to get it solid. Could do like softer pliers. Right, let's power it up. Right, battle zone's come up. If I hit reset, it's done something. Yeah, it resets. Good. Okay, so that's fixed. Just got to make sure I get it back together correctly. The board's a little grubby. This is a bit mobile. This 9 volt here. It's a bit mobile. Let's just have a look. I mean, nothing looks terrible in here, but can I get this off? Just lift it out. Just pull this out again. There we go. It's all right. Yeah, I don't think there's any benefit reflowing that. Oh, that's pretty grutty though, isn't it? It's the, whatever that's for, variable resistor. But the thing's working. It's pretty remarkable, really. No bulging or leaky caps that I can see. Give it a bit of a clean up. Woof. Oh gosh, it came off. It's rusted through. Oh dear. Disintegrated under cleaning, look. So it's got a wiper that goes around this carbon track here to adjust resistance, but yeah, it's had it in it. Let's clean those holes. So the question will be, what actual resistance should it have been set to? Because it disintegrated, so I don't know. Honestly, that is there we go. Mostly through. Just do the little trick. Poke it through, there we go. That'll do nicely. That'll do. So we've got a nice clean hole. Oh, I'd need to look at what 500k R9, there it is. So it should connect to pin 10 on the chip, but the chip's all behind here. I'd have to twist all that stuff to get it off. Get the shielding off. Doing the right thing replacing that. So yeah, the power supply repair I did failed, but the replacement power supply worked. So all's well that ends well, eh? Keep those vertical because it might be easier to then get them in. I'm just going to tack it in place, literally. Okay, and then let's see, a bit more. A bit more heat. 370. There we go. Quite a grubby board. Okay. Let's check it still works. So here is what that does. It's very green. I'm sure there's a lot of strobing effect going on, but you can tune the picture and there we go. Nice and bright. So there we go. Oh, that's a moderate improvement there to how the system was. So it's strobing on my camera, but it's not strobing in real life. It looks great. The colours are a lot better now. Come on, you. I really hard to hit these alien things. Do they move at random or is there a pattern? Or they just go left or right? It's as close as I can get. Got him. Oof. Right, let's hit reset. There we go, it resets. I don't want to select space, but probably nothing in this configuration, but oh yeah, it sets my number of lives, so select's working too. Yay, it's fixed.